Pause and Rock, and I have the pleasure to have with me Nigel Dupree. First of all, Nigel, how was going? How are you?
Hello. Hello. Thank you so much for having me on.
It's a pleasure. I mean, of course, like I really like the song. I mean, Break My Heart. I really like the attitude you have on stage. It's been a while that I don't see a frontman like that reminds me like I don't want to say the remind like the strength of a frontman that for me came from the kind of charm in the 80s that has the 80s and the 70s. So
Yes.
of course I want to ask you as a first question about your musical journey,
Mhm.
because I know that you have a kind of uh, like a full one music journey as well.
Yes. Yeah. I started, but the first time I ever put out a signed album was 2008 or nine, and I was
Okay.
17 years old,
Mhm.
and I stuck with it all the way up until 2012,
Okay.
and and then I had the opportunity to go travel and work for
Okay.
a really famous actor. His name was Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, okay.
And it was just a crazy random thing to do in life, and so
Okay.
I said yes to it, and then that led me on a journey to meeting a band called Wayland, and I
Okay.
played drums in that band Wayland, and then I went on from that to Tuck Smith, and I played drums
Okay.
with Tuck Smith for the last 5 years,
Okay.
and then I got inspired to want to sing again and be up front, and I've always had a huge heart for the old school rock. 70s and 80s stuff is
Yes.
is is just what it's what I grew up on, and it's what I love,
Okay.
and that's what happens when I pick up a guitar. So
I got this kind of you can
yeah,
say
this
like
yeah.
it's the guitar possessed with these influences that come
Yes.
through you. Yeah.
Yeah, so Break My Heart was the first of many songs that are going to be coming out, and
Really?
I've been so joyed with the response, and
Yeah.
it's been cool. I'm excited for this year.
So there's gonna be like more. There's gonna be more like coming like so. It's kind of it's like because I read like the welcome back, the coming back. I don't want
Yeah.
to say that the coming back, but like it's a new journey of you. It's like a new start of you of Nigel with a new song. Because also I think you grew up, you write different lyrics as well, and
Yes.
you had your own personal journey in life that I think shapes as well the song that you will. So that we can kind of say a little bit there's going to be some full length, or you're planning on releasing just single at the moment?
Just singles at the moment. One
Okay.
drops this Friday, the 13th. Is It's
Okay.
called Find Out the Hard Way.
Okay.
And my plan is just every couple of months to put something new and fresh out there.
Okay.
Instead of doing one album with one producer in one place,
Okay.
every couple of songs we're working with someone different, and just
Oh,
trying things out, just seeing what works, and playing
that-
with different sounds and different influences. And
okay.
it's sometimes it's fun and amazing to do a whole entire body of work, a
Yeah.
whole album, 10, 12 songs.
Yeah.
Um, but this time around, with it being so new and fresh, I just want to try different things before we just go committing to one
Yeah.
solid sound or in one solid stream of influence. I just want to get out and work. And the first couple songs that are being released, Break My Heart, I played myself. I played drums, I played bass, did all
You
of
played
it.
all of them by yourself?
Yes, and then I went and found a band because I knew it would be easier to
Of
find a
course.
band if I'm like, here's the songs. So now that I found a band, I want their influence,
Oh,
you
that's
know,
okay.
and to tie that together. So the first couple songs, "Break My Heart" and "Find Out the Hard Way," that's all me.
Okay, this
Um,
is your
but but the stuff we're gonna get into later this year is a band, is a collective,
okay.
and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that, for what that brings to the table.
So it's like having kind of a family, just a kind of an
Yes.
empire. It's like so you just go live as well because I think you play live as well. Like you played already a lot live in these years.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I mean, I get. Let's say that you made your own journey as well to get to know the music business, get to know the business in general, how it's working. So now that you know better how to work, how it's working, you know as
Yes.
well what's like. Let's try in this way and maybe in the other way. And it's also not cautious, but it's well. it's well think about this, and it's not like rushing and just put there. No, no, I mean, it's well grounded. I mean, it's
Yeah,
beautiful when you follow your instinct, but it's a music business as well, so
yeah,
you have to
yeah.
like,
You know,
yeah,
it's cool. It used to the a long time ago, the industry was just there was one way to do everything,
yeah,
and if you didn't jump in line to that one way,
yeah,
uh, you know you weren't looking at it on a career level, and because of technology and just like you and I speaking right now, there is no one way to do it. You know, you can literally go out there and try three or four different things
exactly.
and engage with people and I'm just taking full advantage of where we're at in the modern world, but playing old school music. So
Yeah, that's the thing that I like, because you can also engage, because of course, I mean, everyone love, I mean, I love as well, like if I was like, I don't know, 20 years old in the 80s, just going some, this beautiful place that were in US, like, and see those live shows about those band that, and like we were just even when we were younger, going those CD store, like a music store, and just get lost in vinyls and tape and CDs. It's beautiful. And they are still existing though. But one
yes,
positive things about today in the social is that the world, it's smaller a little bit. I mean,
yes,
I'm completely the opposite side of, let's say, over the pond. So
yeah,
and anyway, it's easier to find out music easy, like I said, this is the first single, Break My Heart, and I just like was like, okay, I like the sound, but also engage in small, like like you're closer with the people that are seeing you, releasing some
yes.
small clip during the day, or maybe just showing some, maybe I don't know, some new verse of the new song. It's kind of well for artists to create more engagement with the fans, and
Yeah, I really want to get my one of my goals is to get to a point where I can share the songwriting process
that's
through
beautiful.
social media and everyone can watch the song go from being created
That's
to
beautiful.
recorded and released, and that's a goal of mine this year. I'm kind of backed up on songs. I need to get them recorded and get them
Of
out.
course, but it's
But
beautiful. It's like
but
bringing with
yeah,
you the people, like, and seeing how it's doing.
yeah, it's really cool. You know, I the studio is a lot of people hold it as such a precious
Okay.
process, you know, and it is. But I want to open up the door to it and go, here's what happens, you know, and this is what it takes
Yeah,
to get it from this to this, and
of course.
I just think I think it's fun and you know you know it's informative.
Exactly.
People who aren't aware of music can understand
Exactly.
how something became the way that it did, and you know I'm not I'm not one to sing and dance and do fun TikTok things, you know. So my way
Just
of
like
engaging and reaching people is just sharing my process and how I create the
this,
music that I
yeah.
do.
That's it, and that's, like, as you said something really beautiful. It's informative, meaning that
Yes.
new bands, even teenager that maybe they don't know how to approach to anything about, even in music, about, they can just, maybe for recording, for songwriting, maybe you should, it could be also as well an educative for this kid growing up, and I think also it's showing a side that not many musicians shows, because of course maybe you can show the live part, you can show the rehearsal part as well, but not many people shows how effectively is going through a process of creating and
Yeah.
recording, and because you just can imagine, but of course everyone do it differently, so that's also opening your like your door of your
Yeah.
music, yeah.
Yeah, it's you know, I mean, every artist is different in
Of
what
course.
is sacred to them. You know, I
Yeah,
just with the style of music that I do, I think the creative process is fun because it's all familiar, it's all sounds and
of course.
shapes
Yeah.
and things that we grew up on, but it's a little different. You know, just putting a little bit of a different spin on there and
Yeah.
not trying to reinvent the wheel, just polish it. So
Of course. Yeah. But I just come, so going back at least the first single, Break My Heart was going really well. Apparently, that's let's say that. Of course, I mean the title. I mean, I want to ask you mainly about your songwriting that you had and that you
Yes.
have. Where take inspiration, where I don't know, because can even be inspired. Sometimes people get inspired from movie, people get inspired from real life, people get inspired from I don't know, even just watching movie from everywhere. So,
Yes.
which is your main source of inspiration from songwriting?
Um, for that song in particular, it just came from I co-wrote that song with a guy that I grew up with,
Okay.
and he had one part of the idea, and it basically it just unraveled is a make-believe story. We just
Okay.
wrote this we just wrote the tale of having your heart broke but always having rock and roll. There wasn't one particular thing of influence there. It was just the age old tale of rock and roll will always, it'll always be
Yeah.
there for you.
I
And
like.
but in more recent songs, like the song that's coming out this Friday,
Yeah.
Find Out the Hard Way, it's a little bit about my journey and like I call it my trials and tribulations as a
Okay.
young man in rock and roll, and it just talks a little bit about the music industry and what happens in the shadows, what
Yeah.
happens
Yeah.
in the dark,
That's
and a lot of
important.
people don't realize that their favorite artist is their favorite artist because someone paid a lot of money to get them in front of something, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just think it's overlooked a little bit of times, and some artists end up being underappreciated because people don't know how hard they had to work against others who just fast tracked it in a way. So
Yeah. No.
the
No.
song's a little bit about that, and
It's important. It's that's.
yeah,
I think it's gonna be important because especially nowadays with all of these agencies that that can help you, to get more knowledge, which is important because of course not many people can cross all over the world, but
right,
sometimes is pricey, a lot pricey, and not many
yes,
musicians can afford that because you can work your ass off, but some it's really pricey. Some people can afford that, and maybe if you don't have, a press release and that, not many label can see you. So sometimes I can see the struggle of it doesn't matter if you're young or not, but people that are in the business and what they want to go up, because sometimes I just get answer, oh, he or she doesn't have enough followers.
right,
Well, I mean,
what, yeah,
she's a fucking amazing, or he's a fucking amazing. If anyone gets a deal, or she could have a deal as well. I mean, this is kind of nuts, but that's how the world
yeah,
is working.
yeah,
So all it go, but because, and then I think do it yourself. Then just there are
yeah,
multiple. It's not easy, but there are multiple ways to create an APK. Multiple ways to, just even do Instagram advertising by yourself and engaging. And
yeah,
I think that's how because this is a lot of effort, like you said. People have no idea what is behind the musician life, and it's
yeah,
you have to stay consistent. You have
yes.
to be there.
Definitely, and America is so different from Europe, and I've had the privilege of touring over in Europe a few times now, and I cannot wait to bring the project over there. I every
Okay.
day I go and I check the streaming numbers, see how things, and it's really cool. The UK and Sweden and in Italy and France, you're all up in the top five there. It's all the numbers
Really?
are, yeah, they're creeping up, and I'm waiting for the day that the UK passes the US, because then
I
we're
mean,
gonna book.
like there is such a super cool band like called Stainless. There is a kind of a hard rock
Mhm.
80s, and I told them maybe in US you will fit in better because they are struggling in Holland. So it's like
Yeah, switch
it's like
places.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like it's like it's kind of always that's like I know about Sweden being such a big land about hard rock because
yeah, Sweden loves some rock and roll.
I mean, Sweden Rock Festival is
Yeah,
one there, and of course, as well, one thing that for me is important as well when it comes to frontman or singer, because I mean, if I was for me, I'm not, I can't sing, but I got you always, it's like you have the frontman, you have all the cards to be Nigel, like a
oh,
frontman, but
thank
you
you.
really have it. Like when I said, I was like, that's the energy that it's missing in the music. And I saw as well, you know, like young guys, really even younger than me, and you like having that. I'm like, thank you. Some people have it, you know, like they have it, and of course, it's not easy, as you said, but you have the experience already to being in Europe. You have as well, so you know a little bit about the country. You have maybe more experience than young. As a influences, vocal wise, so vocal wise,
Yes.
who were the I know the singer that growing up you look at like my like how the fuck I like his voice, not that you copy but that you
Yeah.
experience.
Definitely, Aerosmith,
Okay.
Steven Tyler, Brian Johnson and Bon
Okay.
Scott from AC/DC, uh, Steve Marriott from Humble Pie,
Okay.
you know, and then, and I don't know, it's kind of blurs all over. There was a band called Cry of Love,
Okay.
which they were just they put out a few random records in the '90s, and that the singer for that group really influenced a lot of what I do. Surprisingly enough, if you can't really hear it because of the style of the song, but I still a lot of I still a lot of pronunciation of words
Okay.
from the singer from Kings of Leon,
Okay.
because he sings kind of southern.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like I kind of I still vowel shapes from him, and you can't really hear it in the music, but I in my mind I
Okay.
know where I'm still in that from.
Yeah, because as well, like I guess as I said, it's hard rock, it's rock, but it's not kind of because I think and I'm sure if there is people from the let's say the 80s, you know, those, the glitterish 80s, they listen to you and say, oh, that reminds me of that, and maybe people from the listen because I think that you can fit in all the art rock genre because you have
Yeah.
your vocal range, but how we can describe, let's say from now moving on, the sound of Nigel.
You know, I've been trying to go more in like a Rolling Stones
Oh,
meets
okay,
Lenny Kravitz vibe.
that's cool. Yeah.
But I'm always gonna have a little bit of that like Southern rock, Leonard Skinner, Black Crowes thing, because
Okay, it's
I am from the South. I was
okay.
born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, which
Okay.
is in America. That is, you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
get any more Southern than that. But yeah,
yeah.
I've really just been into I kind of just got into the Stones again, and so I've been trying to find some different ways to incorporate some of their
Okay,
influences, and obviously, that brushes in on like Motown and R&B, and
of course. Oh,
it,
that's
it,
I
you,
like this side of R&B as well.
yeah, and just with
Yeah.
louder guitars, and yeah, and so that's kind of what I've been pulling from lately. But at the end of the day, rock and roll is rock and roll, and
No, yeah, that's the beauty.
and that's and that's the one thing that I enjoy the most about creating is it's like to me like, oh, I say it sounds like Rolling Stones, to you it might sound like Iggy Pop, I don't know,
All right.
but
Yeah.
it might sound like Motorhead, but you know what, all that's rock and roll, and if that's what you take away from it, then goal achieved, because
Yeah.
all I'm out to do is just freshen up the idea of rock and roll, and just just take my spin on it.
Yeah, but I also think of something that I really liked about your sound as well. Also, this rock, the especially that comes. I mean, also in Europe we have that, but a little bit less. That US rock, hard rock, is that tech experience from the daily life, like
Yes.
the road life. Let's say like that. In Europe, we don't have that much road life. We have a lot of
Right.
maybe there are more dragons and fairy tales and epic. But think about that. It's true.
Yes. Yeah. 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 Totally.
It's true.
Totally.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
of course, but then from UNESCO, you got that those amazing songwriter and writer as well. They talk about their life and what we need sometimes is to really listen to the life, like story of life.
Yes.
We may feel alone in something, but we are not.
No.
Maybe we can teach, we can learn something, or maybe we can say, oh, I'm not the only one that fucked up in that way. So
Yeah.
it's kind of, let's say, of a book. That's I think that's something that United States has a more respect Europe, but I think there are also as well European band, but I think that's something that I like a lot from your music, that
Well, thank
has
you.
this being kind of sincere, honest, like this is me, like that's who I am. You're not putting a mask on you, like.
Yeah,
And I understand sometimes it's not easy, just go live, be starring, and
yeah.
you have to go anyway on the stage, even if you don't feel.
Yeah, it is, but I've always been grateful for the gift
Yeah,
of music and all the opportunities that it's brought me and all my journeys. But yeah, it is, sometimes it's weird. You do feel alone, and
yeah,
sometimes you feel like you're overexposing yourself as a songwriter, but really that's what it's all about. That's what people want. Some of our favorite songs are because someone let their guard down and opened up and shared those experiences, and just getting more and more comfortable with that is definitely part of it as well.
yeah. Like I said, mine is a Broken Heart by White Lion. I mean, Mike Trump should have his heart really broken for writing that song, but at
Yeah.
least it helped me to go through all my breakups because the
Uh-huh.
sun will shine again. So
Yeah.
that's what that's music. And then
Yeah.
and even it doesn't matter like the genre, it can be even as well pop, blues, whatever. It helps you to move and feel better because it's like I said, it's even if you like epic song, if it helps, if it makes you feel happy, if it helps you to feel better with yours, it's perfect for yours. I mean, every music. But this year, like I said, your sound fits, I think, every ages, every
Cool.
ages. I mean,
Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
it's every ages and every type of like even for example, my mom, because my mom will sure listen. I know my mom. She likes it because it's also danceable. It's like the
Cool.
type of art, the type of rock that is not you don't have to sit like that and just staring. You can also
No, we'll feel
interact.
good. Feel
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
exactly. Maybe there will be some ballads. Maybe I don't know some ballads
Yeah.
that will have it, and then it's okay. But of course, since you mentioned there is got now there are musicians as well with you, so
Mhm.
let's just introduce them as well to know who's gonna be with you in the further process of releasing music.
Yes. So the drummer is Jesse Worley,
Okay,
and he plays. Him and my dad go way back, and
okay,
so we've grown up together.
okay,
And then his brother, Jonas Feibinger, plays bass,
okay,
and then Eric Warner plays guitar.
okay. So it's just you, and I mean, with them you will start to release so the other song except this. So it
Yes,
will
yeah,
be
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Coming out this year, we just recorded our first song as a band. It's called Testify,
Okay.
and we recorded it with a producer named Johnny K. And
Okay.
Johnny K, he did the first Disturbed record, uh,
Okay.
and then as recent as anything, he did Lainey Wilson, which is a big pop country artist
Okay.
here in America.
That's that's um, interesting because as well not we will see going from your influences and your own music going to another single with their influences as well.
Sure, yeah.
There's some different. I don't think there's going to be just
The-
you
Um,
notice some difference.
Yeah,
Just
oh yeah, definitely. Like our guitar player is very into Led Zeppelin. He loves Led
okay.
Zeppelin, and all respect to Led Zeppelin, I've just never been a big fan. Like I'm not a
Okay.
diehard. I've never like
Okay.
overly listened to it.
Okay.
But he does, so he goes to play a guitar part, and he's got some Jimmy Page influence from what he's
Okay.
doing. You know, um,
That's
the
lovely.
drummer Jesse, he's into punk. He loves punk rock.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
so
interesting to
you
see
get
how it's gonna fit.
Yeah, so you start to get all these different influences,
Yeah.
just meshing in. But everything still is kind of rock and roll. I mean, it's
It's
like
always
it's not too far stretched. So yeah.
yeah, punk is always rock. I think rock and roll is kind of it should be a verb, kind of an attitude, that you can be.
Yes.
I mean, Sid Vicious, for example, it was a rock and roll. Even if it wasn't the healthiest person, Kurt Cobain was rock and roll. It was another
Yes.
genre. Everything came from rock. I mean,
Yes.
thanks Johnny Cash or Elvis, and even prior to them. Oh
Yeah.
no, and even for me, like Frank Sinatra, these people belong to the rock and
Pretty
roll.
rock and roll. Yeah, Frank Sinatra's pretty rock and roll.
Yeah, but also Fred Astaire, just even if there was Wing, it just all came from there. But
Yeah,
Johnny Cash in my heart forever, and just something I love that. Or Lemmy, these are the essence of rock and roll for
that's
real.
cool. Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. I love that.
so, but do you have as well some live shows planned right now going on, or you just
We
you
have one. Oh,
okay?
sorry,
No,
sorry.
no, 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 go on, go.
We have one show coming up in Nashville, Tennessee,
Okay,
Music City, and then we're working on some shows for this summer. We're about to announce a summer tour in the States.
okay, that's
Um,
cool. That is cool. Yeah.
yeah, so July and August, we'll be
Okay.
out on the road doing some stuff, and then I'd like to try to get over to the UK by December or January.
Okay.
That's kind of on the radar, but
Okay.
yeah, right now the first things
Yes,
first is we're
please.
we're locking in America for the summer, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, of course. I mean, and when there will be the completed tour announced, we'll jump back because I think there will be also as well more song released, and you're gonna bring all the
Yes,
band, so we can also have
yeah,
their own influences as well, their own stories. Because as I said,
definitely,
the music is made by musician, and you and listening to the story of the musical journey that all of you have, and then listen to the music changes a lot as well
yes,
because you can see as well the soul of the understand the soul of the music. And I always say, even if it's not my genre, but behind it there is a really like a sincere soul, a person, an humble person. I don't know why that genre ended up like me, even that metal. Maybe
right,
only one album, or techno, only one album. I
yeah,
don't know, but if the behind there is good people and made it with love and effort, and of course, like Nigel, if people wants to support your music now at the moment,
yes.
can what they could do?
It just anywhere that you get your music, we're
Okay.
there. Whether it be Instagram, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, we're Facebook, whatever you're on, we're
Okay.
on there. You can just put in my name, Nigel Dupree, or Nigel and the Heat, and it will show up.
Yes.
And please reach out. We run all the social media ourselves, and we're on there posting all the time. And
Yeah.
we love connecting and growing and making this thing as big as we can get it.
Yeah, no, and also the music video was super fucking cool, by the way. But I
Thank you.
forgot to mention that it looked like it looked like really super. Everything is done really super professional.
Thank you.
It doesn't look completely that is like. I mean, you've been in the as well, like because I think you learn these things throughout the way.
Yes.
Who to
Yes.
talk to, and as well as you mentioned that the producing as well of the other song coming after, you know where to look at, and this is important for you and as well for the other guys involved that
Yep.
going towards the right direction. And I don't know why I have the thing of you being somewhere playing in a Sweden rock festival, if not this year, the next year.
Oh, thank you. I love it. I can't wait for those moments. It's been a long journey. It's for over 15 years now. I've dedicated my life to music and rock and
Yeah.
roll. And if it can just keep going 15 more and
I mean, well,
just,
of course.
I
I
I
mean,
I couldn't be more grateful. It's been it's
if,
been it's been good so far, and it feels like it's
yeah,
getting better.
if I'm seeing just a lot of 80s band coming back again, just and trying to, maybe because in their 80s were a lot too much rock and roll and the other things, they are trying to go deep now with more being serious, and they are doing well, amazingly, because of
Yeah.
course they have the name. But some of them they didn't get to have the name because there was grunge that killed that type of music at the beginning.
Yeah,
If
definitely.
they,
Yeah.
if yeah, and I'm seeing that they are like a little bit older than me and you, getting there, playing out. I mean, you have a thing more than 15 years of music.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hopefully so.
I wish
Hopefully
you
so.
that. I mean, I wish you that for you. And of course, I know that
Thank
if
you.
you will happen to be in Italy, there will be for sure here places so that and a crowd. I mean, we have people here that loves a lot hard rock, and that's what I mean. Frontiers is in Italy as well, and I think Frontiers being a big label about this type of
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
content.
Yeah. Well,
But
I can't wait.
yeah, and let's stay in touch. I can send your some names or something if you want to just check it out, some places or some
Would
booking.
love that. I would
Yeah,
love that.
because you know how to deal with business. So I said, okay, I will do that. I will do that.
We'll make it happen. No, I'd love that.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Nigel. Have a rest. Have
Thank
a
you.
good rest of the day, and have a good.
Yes.
And
So much love. Thank you so much for
thank
your
you so
time.
much. Of course, anytime.
And we will talk soon. Let's stay in touch.
Yeah, of course. If you need just anything, just send it and I will share it. And just I will
Cool.
share this Friday songs,
Cool.
at least with some story or something. We'll make sure to share it.
Cool.
So always total support. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Much love. We'll talk soon. Thank you.
Yeah, bye, Nigel. Bye.